question, for those of you who couldn't hear him, was what was it like working on an independent film versus a big budget film like Watchmen or Sin City? Carla's in also Watchmen. I'm not in Sin City, but I wish I was. It's you know what, I kind of want to say, and I'll obviously speak for Watchmen, that it was a bit of an independent feeling on that set. Even though it was a huge budget, the cast was so involved and loved it so much. Everyone was kind of on set every day, whether you're working or not. You were there wanting to be part of it. So, of course, it's great because you have all these special effects, whereas here you have Sebastian making weird sounds in the background, which was kind of strange. No, it was, you know, I have to say they were both amazing in their own ways. It just that you have a few more dollars involved in Watchmen than this film, but none of them were more or less amazing as an experience altogether.
Yeah, you know, there's, what's interesting is Watchmen and Sin City are very uniquely examples of movies that are larger budgets that actually have a really family-like feeling to them. And I think, you know, in that regard, they definitely, you know, like, I know that you've done many other, like Night at the Museum, I would say, for example, I would say, like, that's a movie I did that was like a really big budget and felt very sort of, you know, like people were doing things at all different times and it didn't feel like that sort of cohesive thing. And I think that is one great thing that comes from independent filmmaking, is that you really are all there because you definitely, everybody wants to be there. Nobody's being paid very much. And also limitations, you know, limitations make things interesting. Because if you have 10 pages to shoot and you know, in Women in Trouble, Connie Britton and I were in this previous time that the elevator broke down, and we were shooting, it was supposed to be the hottest day of the summer in LA, and we were in this random weird warehouse where we found out they were like killing chickens next door, because they're keeping these chicken like feathers flying by, and finally we were like, oh yes, we're in the chicken killing neighborhood. And literally they were shooting a crazy music video above us, where a guy came into our set while we're there in our underwear in this like makeshift elevator with being sprayed down with water, freezing because it was the coldest day in LA of the year. And we were like, this is kind of awesome because there's something about having to focus in that environment that makes you, you know, all those things actually feed the film. And so there's sometimes something nice about it just being kind of messy.